Because you the original thigh daddy.
Thigh daddy is crazy. Do you hear me? Check. Oh, yeah, man. Okay, cool. Thigh daddy is crazy.
Okay.
Somebody ever call you randomly? Like somebody that you never thought would call you? And you like, what is the expectation in that moment?
It depends. Do you know that they're calling? Like, does their name pop up or is it number?
Absolutely, their name pops up.
Oh, do you pick up or not?
No. Especially at certain times. No.
Okay. That's happened to me. It even happened to a place where I even like picked up, and that was because the number wasn't stored. And once I heard the voice, I hung up and I blocked.
And you blocked them.
Yeah, I didn't want to have any more complications in the conversation. We don't need to talk. You can stay over there.
I thought that was weird. It happened to me the other day, and I was like, why are you calling me? That was weird. Yeah, don't ever call me thigh daddy again, please. Thank you. All right.
That's what you're giving. Heard that?
Sexual harassment.
That's thighs.
That's sexual harassment.
That's disgusting.
I am.
There's nothing about that I felt sexual about what I just did.
You did. That's not how sexual harassment works, Gigi.
I think that if I was I'm your sister.
No, forget that. You know that's not how sexual harassment works, right?
Well, yes, I agree. But I'm just saying, like, I'm your sister. So why would you think that anything that I do to you is sexual?
Girl, it was a joke.
But I'm just saying, like, that's why I didn't think it was a joke. Because I was like, there's nothing about me that says I want to touch Greg's thighs on purpose.
She said
I want to hit Greg, and if there's any way that I can hit Greg,
there was nothing I did that I felt sexual about.
There was nothing that I did.
That's not how sexual harassment works.
So
oh
my God, I didn't start the whole thing. Oh my God, Greg. I'm saying, like, with you.
Oh my gosh. Imagine that somebody's defense in court. Nothing I did I found to be sexual. So this is not sexual harassment.
I didn't think it was sexual. So if anything about touching a man will make it sexual?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Does that touch your, like, knees?
If I felt harassed, it's on me. You can't say that you didn't sexually harass me.
This is not a good conversation to have right now because I want to argue with you.
Yes, it is a good conversation.
It's not.
That is not how.
You're right. You're right. But it's like I wanted to say, but Greg.
But what?
I don't want none of your thighs.
Not me. Take it off of me.
But it's not. That's why my response was towards you. If anybody else, obviously, I'm not touching nobody's thigh. I'm not smacking nobody's thigh. That's probably not true. I'm a toucher. I'm like one of those people that talk and like to touch when I talk, which is not always good depending on your partner. Like, I'm like the person like, hey, and realizing that even if I don't know you, only because now we're in conversation, I'll reach realizing that depending on who's perceiving it, it can be read into more than what I think it is. Because I'm just friendly.
No, I get that. I know a lot of people like that who
yes,
who talk.
But some men don't like that.
I know somebody who don't like it.
Like, don't touch no nigga. And I'm like, they're my friends.
Oh, you saying that some men don't like that when you do it to other men?
Yes, like if I'm around them and I happen to be in it. Well, I'm going to say yes and no because I've also realized that. I feel like
what does yes and no mean? Some things are just yes and no.
Yes, there's yes and no because I know my personality. I know that I am friendly. It doesn't matter the gender. It's not specific to men when I talk. Mm-hmm. But I also realize that if I'm with a man that doesn't interact with me on a daily basis or understand my personality, that it can come off like I'm literally flirting or trying to entertain
if
someone
his
else.
first thought is to get jealous without knowing you, it's insecurity.
Understood, but you don't know me yet.
That's what. Isn't that what I just said?
I understand, but my thing is that it takes time for you to know someone until you understand that.
So if the first thought is to get jealous because that's how you interact with people, it's insecurity. That is an insecurity.
Understood. I agree.
So
you're not going to agree. You're not even going to like what Greg thought. You usually agree with Greg. Not going to agree with Greg this time.
Who's Greg? Oh, whatever. Okay.
You're Greg.
No, but it sounded like you was talking to somebody.
Mind your business.
Business is minded. All right. Banter. It's playing. I can hear it a little bit. It's all right. Banter. Banter today is more of a philosophical question than it is actual topic.
Oh, okay.
So check it, right? If you celebrate everything, right, is anything special?
Yes.
What?
Because the moment you don't celebrate it, you feel like you should. That's how traditions happen.
Elaborate. Keep going. Because I want to say I agree, but I think I disagree.
Okay, because I can understand your sentiment because my initial conversation was going to be no. Mm-hmm. But when I realized, like I said, like losing a parent is different, or like an understanding that your first that you've always had for years is different. Mm-hmm. Celebrating a birthday, celebrating an anniversary, like a Father's Day, like things are different now. Yeah. So it's the idea that yes, we may have celebrated all these things at this time and it didn't mean nothing to me, but the moment that I'm not able to celebrate the way that I used to is different. It's different. It allows me to understand that even in those moments where I'm like, we're celebrating this day again, because the moment I don't celebrate this day changes my whole philosophy because that's all I know.
Got you. I think it's a relative thought. I don't think it's a definite thought. Because I was thinking about so Ava just finished preschool, right? And
congratulations.
They didn't have like a full-blown graduation.
Well, it's preschool.
Right? That's how I feel, right? Other people was like, no, it should be pomps and circumstance. She should have a cap and gown.
Then you got to pay more. Y'all pay.
It's pre-K.
Y'all pay.
Kindergarten, I get. It's pre-K. Right?
They didn't even get to the point where they're actually in school.
You don't have to.
This literally a glorified babysitter that happens to teach them.
Don't do it. Yo, don't ever.
I'm so sorry.
Ooh, that is the thoughts of Gigi and Gigi alone.
But
yo, they take offense to that
when they're like under 3.
Yeah, like pre-K teachers and kindergarten teachers, they take offense to being called glorified babysitters.
I'm not playing with no kindergarten teachers, but I'm saying like pre-K, there's really smart kids.
For sure.
But really, if you think about the idea of pre-K, you could either keep your child if you have a stay-at-home mom. Yeah. Or you understand that you both have to
technically kids don't got to go to school until 1st grade.
Yes. But we understand that they've created these systems so people can still work.
Yeah. I know.
So at this age group, this pre-K
teachers are not glorified babysitters.
No, they're not. They're amazing. You're patient. You're kind. And because of you, they know the ABCs.
And they know how to write their name.
Okay? Before they even get into kindergarten. Shout out to you. But in reality, yeah. No, it ain't.
Yeah.
I could either keep my child at home if I'm able to be a stay-at-home mom and teach my child myself, if I have the patience. And that's the thing that I commend to every teacher, everyone in the education field that I hear myself too much. That you guys have been doing your thing. These kids are smart. They got the YouTubes in the world and the TikToks, but you guys keep them together. So shout out to y'all.
I think if I was a teacher, I wouldn't have kids.
I think that's oxymoron and stuff.
It sounds like it, right? Ava I love my child.
I love her too.
She's a lot.
But that's a child.
Yeah, and imagine having to deal with them every day. And not just one, but a classroom of 15 or 20.
people do that every day.
I know. Shout outs to y'all.
And you did it.
Was that?
But you did. You just happened to evolve.
I don't do that now.
But you did.
But I'm saying if teaching was my profession now, I don't think I would have kids.
I was gonna say some crazy shit. You want me to say it? Mm-hmm. Greg likes to fuck raw. So I don't know if he may have not had kids then, but the way that he be outside with the way he's locked in, he definitely would have had a kid eventually.
Wow!
I asked you said yes, so I said it.
What is that? I could get a vasectomy,
but he hasn't,
and still can because I'm not a teacher. I'm just bringing people inside the bedroom.
Not true. I'm not there, so I don't know. You could have lied. I could have lied.
Why would you?
I could have lied, and Greg could have. He has agreed with me. Thank you so much.
It is what it is. Listen.
Hey! Shout outs to him. Haven't been there in a while, but when I do get there, I might be in the same boat as you. I'm just gonna be in a yacht then.
It's a different experience. All I'm saying is that I think it's relative to the philosophical thought, and I think it's relative only because. Yeah, and I think it depends on the person. Because some, like, I get people who, like, going back to, like, kids in school, right? If people have celebrations every year, they complete a grade, like, it can still be special to them every year. But for somebody who just celebrates, but to another person, if you celebrate just the most minimum things, like, oh my God, you picked up the remote, you deserve $5. Then yeah, what is special anymore?
The achievements that you made. I think that for that parent, I'm not saying always try to monetize the idea that your child has done good, but I think that's something that I feel like may have lacked in my childhood. I don't know what's happening in childhoods now, but just being able to just be appreciative for even the little things that they've done. Like, I don't always need to bring an A. Maybe I fixed the TV. Like allow me to know that I'm more than a piece of paper that someone else graded. Like, that I am able to achieve more than what's readily in front of me. If I challenge myself and I'm able to achieve it, acknowledge me.
The thing
for
is,
that.
I think, is when people treat achievements like expectations.
And that's what I'm trying to explain.
Yeah, no, that's why I agree with you.
So, like, when it comes to the point where, like, you did it and there's no acknowledgement because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
There's no way, and I'm going to use my cousin as an example, where she works for a school where she technically doesn't get paid, but she has poured so much of herself into it that she has now been able to be recognized by so many people. And sometimes it's not always about how much you're going to get paid. Sometimes it's about the value that you provide in the institution.
That goes to the question of, how do you value money? What do you put money at on your... I don't know, on your tiers.
That's one, obviously, because we live in America.
No. Because some people could not value money the same way other people do.
And yeah, because they have it.
I don't have it. I don't value money the same way other people do.
I think that's circumstantial.
Absolutely.
If you made the amount that you would think that your counterparts made, your lifestyle would never be the way that you would think.
I mean, I think money is a means to an end. I don't think you shouldn't strive to make what you can make, but to put it as your first priority, I think is where people go wrong. Like, how many people work jobs that they hate because they need a paycheck?
Yes, but at the same time, like, and I understand what you're saying, but it's also it's a whole foundation in itself, because we live in America. Nothing is free in America.
Nothing.
So knowing that nothing is free in America, even if my family is my priority, I'm always going to need money to sustain them. So yes, like, I may not think that money is my priority at first because my family is, but without money, I can't make sure my family's okay. I can't make sure we eat food.
Money is a means to an end.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it becomes a priority. That's why it's like, you want your kids to have their own bedroom. You don't want them to all live in, like, you understand that in order for them to get or even have that dreams that you want to have, money is what you need in order to sustain that. You can't do it off a dream. You can't do it off a thought. You can't do it off of love. You can't do it off a promise. It's literally money that's going to get you there.
I'm not disagreeing with you at all. What I'm saying is when you make money the number one, like nothing else matters, I think that's a very sad life.
Okay, so I understand that because that brings us back to the conversation where you would decide that money is more important than the relationship that you have with your wife if she's telling you that she needs more of your time.
You say one more time?
No, I really don't want to. In the same aspect of you're saying money is more important than your wife when she's telling you that she needs more of your time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So like you're saying that you would rather make more money than actually mend or...
people like that I don't get.
I understand what you're saying. But at the same time, like we had that conversation, is if I'm able to sit there and I'm talking to my wife and I'm explaining to her or my husband that I'm doing this not to take away the time from us, but to give us more time in the future, I think that's a different conversation to have.
Oh, for sure. 1,000%.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a different conversation. So, yeah, that was banter. It's a good banter topic, wasn't it?
I guess.
It was.
Sure.
Give me credit.
Greg Nelson. Almost gave you a number.
MasterCard Express.
Oh, I can't wait till you have a son.
What was that noise?
Well, I'm just saying you have either underestimated the thought process of this woman.
You don't think I prepared?
This is too much.
This is every week, bro.
I'm ready.
The gist of this conversation is that I'm right and y'all wrong.
Gigi. Plug, then you could be the dick plug. Because you're doing really great at that. Outside of that, I don't really see anything else right now. But I think that you could be the plug. What?
If you want to be the dick plug, be the dick plug.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I ain't even, no, I'm not doing that.
Why not?
Here, welcome. Welcome to welcome to Convo 119?
No, I think it's 120.
120?
I think so. Want me to tell you?
Yep.
That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure I can find it first.
You probably could because you did the notes.
Welcome to Convo 120. And this is a conversation with Greg and
right.
Gigi. I'm the person that talks first.
G-R.
I'm Greg and I'm
Gigi. What?
Giga.
I'm not Jay-Z, nigga. Relax.
Jay-Z.
Jigga.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that sounds. Oh, wow. That's pretty good. What up, Gigi?
That's not. All right. Hi, everyone. My week's been like bananas. It's been up and down. I've been on this rampage of letting people know how I feel when I feel it. And at this point in time, I don't give a fuck how they feel about it. It's just I no longer want to appease to anyone's feelings. I know that sounds crazy. I'm really, really a nice person. But I just gotten to a point where in my life where I've lost so much that I'm okay with losing you too. If me letting you know how I feel lets you feel like you don't need to be in my life, then that is I'm open to that. That has been my journey in itself. And I've also been open to the idea that people in the past may be in the past for a reason, but doesn't always mean that just because they're in your present means like they're your person. But maybe just because they need to remind you of some things in your life too. So shout out to that. What else happened this week? I almost quit. No, I don't think I have anything else this week for sure. Outside of the weddings next week, and I'm not. I felt like I was ready. Like I don't even know.
You get a +1?
I did, but then I gave it away. I gave it
Yo,
back.
fuck you, bro.
Why, you wanted to go?
Yes. Was it open bar?
Yes.
Nigga.
All right, Greg. Like, in your circumstances, I didn't even know that was even out.
What is that a thing?
You don't.
First off, you knew me before the circumstances, so.
Yeah, but circumstances changes one just because I know.
Trash.
Let's be clear. Like,
nah.
Let's be clear. Like,
no.
But I definitely would have brought you. I almost brought Blue was gonna be my person.
I knew about that, and I thought.
Yeah, and then I decided when I was out that I didn't want to have to worry about anybody else, and I just wanted to do it on my own. So.
Man, I've never been invited to a wedding.
Yeah, but we supposed to go to a wedding together too, and I forgot what state it
Chicago.
was. And we didn't even go, and I was so excited to go there, and I wanted to get an outfit.
Shout out to you, Katie.
But good to know that you're open to be a +1.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially if it's open bar.
Yeah, it's definitely, and it's in Jersey too.
Yo, I would have been lit.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna be lit, and I was like I said, I was gonna have Blue there. It was the one of where they were gonna sit him, and they invited my mom.
So wait, I would be placed at a random table.
Possible. Well, at this point, I want to say they probably would have met you and understood where they would want to place you anyway.
That's even better.
Or they would have met you, but right now they invited my mom, and my dad when he was here, and then my 2 sisters. So I had my whole family at this. So they were going to sit him with them. They don't even know who he is. They don't even know his real name.
Yo, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not there for it. But then also, like, we also decided, like, if we all met up before, which happens not to work out, that if he, like, would have met them and they would have had the understanding of, like I said, his personality and see where they would have fit him, it would have been different. But I was just like, you know what? I'd rather just do this on my own. So he is not going, and it's just me. How are you, Greg?
You stingy.
I'm okay with being stingy.
I would have had a good time. I'm all right. Yo, this week I did some things I thought I would never do.
Suck dick?
What is wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm sorry. Yeah, that is on a list of things you would never think that you would do.
Why the fuck would you say that?
Well,
how am I supposed to proceed?
You can.
Tell me how. We'll wait.
I did a lot of things that I didn't think I was going to do. Proceed.
You're an asshole, buddy.
Yo, I got one. You got one too.
Shut up.
Sure can't go up.
Price is due. Take my advice.
I don't even know what that could
Ready?
change.
Shut up too.
I don't know. I want to say.
Whatever.
Okay.
So, yo, you.
I love you, bro.
Anyway,
Go, Greg.
You want to get some topics?
No. Come on.
I had to get a tuxedo.
For a wedding?
Nah.
For an event?
Yeah, the daddy-daughter dances on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. I'm really excited about that.
I get a haircut now. I think about it.
They're expensive. I don't know what they think they doing over there. They better have a concession stand. Greg, if they don't have no snacks, no water, no juice.
Those tickets were expensive.
Yo, they was not cheap. Like, just to know what we're going for. It's not. Yeah. It wasn't like,
Those tickets. It is not.
No.
That's funny.
Absolutely not. They better have some juice.
But it's mad work to put on a tuxedo, yo.
Cause you got the breasts and
it's
you got the
just,
thing.
It's too much.
Okay.
I was sweating putting that shit on.
I can help you if you want me
like,
to.
What the fuck?
I actually took off on Saturday so I don't have to be distracted. Cause you know how I am.
I think Will's gonna help me.
And you lied to me because you said it was 3 and it's 2.
No, it starts at 3.
The tickets say 2.
My ticket says 2 too, but it starts at 3.
Okay.
Black people time.
Good time. Oh, you know how I'm gonna make it.
You gonna get to this shit gonna be over.
3:15. 4:45.
Yo, I had to apply to jobs.
That's good. Look
no, I don't like that feeling.
I gotta do that too eventually.
Yeah, I was really impressed with my resume though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, he was like, I did that shit.
I was like, oh shit.
Thigh daddy over here. know what I'm saying? Like, Thought Daddy Nelson.
Like, y'all niggas.
I be feeling like the man when I walk through.
Do you?
It depends.
Gotcha.
On the crowd.
So my week was June could go away. Just don't.
Yo, throw June away. At this point, like once.
Not you, June, because I know you listening. I don't know anybody named June.
Me either.
But I just know people named June. And there's somebody named June that probably listens to this pod. June, you stay.
Greg. I don't know nobody named June, but I know that there's somebody named June. I may know somebody named June. I don't really know nobody named June.
I don't know nobody named June.
Let's move on.
But you don't think somebody named June listens to our pod?
And April.
And May.
Mm-hmm. May?
May.
You know what's crazy? I know somebody middle name May.
For real?
Yeah. So they probably is listening.
Yo, certain months you just can't name. Like if somebody named January, I'm like, why?
August.
Alcina. That's cool. September.
December.
No. See, no.
December.
Any one of them that ends with the Airy or
everyone. We're gonna take names today. Melanie, Josh, Tom.
February.
December.
No. March.
April's good.
April's fine. April, May, June, August. That's it. July, no.
February.
Fuck no.
I'd rather be. I knew a teacher. His last name was January, but I don't. February.
No, even last name being January is kind of crazy.
I think March works.
You know,
Joe March. You could work. That works.
No, it don't.
Yes, it does.
First off, March is a word. We marching.
There's people that have words that are last names.
Like the
Walker.
Fair.
Okay, let's move on.
That's good. Topics?
Yes.
Me or you?
I don't even know what your topic is anymore, Greg. So maybe you should remind me. You want to do mine first? Mm-hmm. My first. Okay. You sure? Mm-hmm. Okay, so my topic is in a relationship. Do you believe that there is someone that loves someone more than the other?
No.
Ooh, you sound like Baylor. Go ahead. I'll see you, Baylor, because we talked about this already.
Everybody loves differently. Who's to say that my love is different from my love is
that was right. My thought process. However, I do believe that there are in certain situations, and I'm sorry to cut you off. Did you have other thoughts?
No.
Is that sometimes I feel like there is, when it comes to compromising, that someone gives more than the other. Nope. And I don't know if that's always the idea of loving more than the other, but I feel like
that's relative.
Okay.
Because what you think you're sacrificing is big, and what I think I'm sacrificing is big. Who are you to say that what I'm sacrificing is smaller than what you're sacrificing?
You are not wrong. You're not wrong. And that was the conversation that I had, like, when you think about it on a non-logical level. Mm-hmm. But when you look at paper and you've seen, like, an individual has, you know, maybe even stayed within infidelity or stayed within a financial strain. Like, there's certain things that they easily could have left.
Absolutely.
But decided to stay.
For sure.
And on the other end, possibly may have not played out if the shoe was on the other foot.
Okay.
I'll even use the example of we noticed. Well, I can't say noticed because everybody don't be going to jail and everybody don't be visiting everybody in jail. And I'm not saying I'll be outside in jail, but if ever and this is even a documentary that I saw on YouTube, was that when you think of a jail, when you think of a man's jail, you always see women, you see grandmothers, you see aunties, you see friends, you see children. But when you go to a woman's jail, you may even see the same thing. You don't always see men there. Mm-hmm. And so it's like in those aspects, and again, I also played into the idea, going against the way that I love, against the way that you love, we're always going to lose because we grew up differently, right? Mm-hmm. And so even though you may think I don't love you, I may love you in a way that's how I know how to love.
Exactly. That's why nobody's love is more.
I agree. But in that situation, when you realize that if a woman understood that her man got locked up and she would stay faithful for the most part show up every day, but the man doesn't do the same. Do you believe that takes away the love that he has for her?
Okay, and then I'm gonna answer. If you answer it logically, it's still the answer is no, because you don't know. You don't know you don't know what his level of love is, right? Illogically, absolutely. I think 1000%. I am on par with you. Infidelity to me, you can't possibly tell me you love somebody if you're gonna cheat on them. That is no definition of love. I don't care what universe it is. I don't care what day, what month. No, it's a no for me. I'm against it. Sorry. So illogical, and that is the illogical thought, though.
And so that's what I'm saying. So, like, for that person that stays for someone that's cheating on them, do you believe that's where that could?
I would, in that situation, I would definitely say, but I know I'm wrong. I will openly admit and say, because that's relative and that's preference.
Understood. Because some people won't stay.
Absolutely, and some people don't even look at cheating as a thing.
That's crazy, because I think cheating is more than an action. It's more about your trust has been betrayed.
Absolutely,
so like it's not even about the physical action. Like things happen to everybody every day. I think it's the idea that I no longer can put that same trust that I had in that person in the same way. And if I do, I have to work back on building that up.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't. I wouldn't be able to.
Men usually cannot.
I wouldn't be able to
go past the whole cheating thing. And I think I was about to go into my life story.
But you know why that is, right?
What?
It's the concept of insertion.
I understand that, Greg, but
I'm not saying it's right.
It plays into the idea of give me the same respect that you want to be received.
I 1000% agree.
And at this point, it's like I can't take away the idea that men want to do things or think about doing things or have the urge to do things. But that's why discipline has been a thing.
Absolutely.
Right? If discipline didn't exist, then by all means, everybody would be running amok. Excuse me. But the idea that discipline has been a factor, and you know that you may want or desire these things at that moment, and it could be temporary. You don't do these things because you understand what you have. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing that makes me upset about certain men is that, like, they can go and insert themselves in any women and then still come back home and act like it's nothing. But it's just like, but not only have you sacrificed your time, your safety, our well-being, now I can't sleep. Now I'm not okay. You took away my peace, not only because you decided to be with somebody else, but now because you want to be with somebody else, you can't even fuck me.
That's fair.
Ooh, I was listening to this true crime where this lady found out that they was both detectives, so they both was cops. She found out that her man was cheating on her. He was getting ready. She asked him where he was going. She said she didn't know where she was going. He popped the blue pill. She said, "Oh yeah, you want to go somewhere?" She followed him with her pistol, her service pistol, and her service car, and shot up that car 15 times. Ended up killing the girl.
Did she go to jail?
Yeah, she. Yeah,
but the way you feel is the same way men feel too.
What do you mean?
Like, if the woman cheats, it's like a lot of shit runs. Well, yeah, I would think a lot of shit runs through men's heads. It's like, one, men are territorial, so you let somebody else busting you. The fuck? No, like you let another.
Everyone don't be going in for everybody raw.
It don't matter. It don't matter. You had a condom on, and he's still busting you.
Got it. I understand what you're saying.
You allowed him to busting you.
Okay, or you sucked his dick.
Exact. Like, no, we don't know. And then you start to think about, like, damn, am I not good enough? What the fuck? Like, so no, I think a lot of shit happens.
What's very interesting is that that's how women feel. So to understand that the idea that men can even fathom that idea, why even allow? But I also answered my own question is because
you gotta be willing to think like the other person.
It's deeper than that, because I realize that there are men that may haven't even been questioned, but because of their significant others allowing them to be okay, this has been something that's been perpetuated in life. Like, there are women that know that their men cheat on them. Oh. Do they like it? Maybe not, but they have now this understanding. So now this has been this general structure in their life.
I feel bad for them. I can't do it.
Absolutely. Like, my thing is that if you gonna be outside, I am going to go across the street. I don't know where across the street is, but I'm gonna figure it out. You be outside, I'm gonna be outside too.
If y'all don't have some type of open relationship arrangement, and I think those are not, I'm not gonna say they're stupid, but it's not for me. Respect
it's
to
not
you.
Stupid.
Whatever you want to do, that's up to you. But my thing is, if there's no arrangement or an agreement, then that's just, it makes no sense to me.
I agree. I think that if you guys don't have a certain understanding of where you guys at and what you guys are willing to do with and without each other, then everything else is cheating. Y'all need to figure out that y'all need to be with other people at this point.
Agreed. But to go back to the topic, to answer the question, I think, not even logically, it's just, no, you can't tell somebody you can't tell someone that their love is less or more than yours. That just doesn't make any sense to me.
So initially when I thought about the question,
no meter. There's no way to quantify it.
Yes, and I agree with you now. But when I thought about the question, I said yes. Mm-hmm. I think that, and it didn't matter what the gender was. I think that sometimes that there are situations where even a man may like or love a woman more than she may like him, but understand that she will grow to be there. And I feel like sometimes that's the same, vice versa. Is that the ideal setup? No, but that I feel like that happens. And sometimes even in relationships, you can tell that even when you watch like the woman is a bitch, and you're like, how does this man be with this woman?
I think about certain people all the time.
And you realize that like there's a love that he's able to provide to her and she's able to receive that no one else has been able to do, and vice versa. It may not even be enough, but it's enough for him. Mm-hmm. And the vice versa, where you just be like, yo, your nigga cheats on you every other day, or he's not like the greatest man that supports you or anything like that. But there is something that man does for that woman that she's not getting anywhere else or wants to get from anywhere else. And those are the dynamics where I see that where there may be the what is it, the teeter, what is it called, the seesaw? Mm-hmm. The seesaw is no longer leveled anymore. It's now that you clearly see that one spouse has the leverage, where they might be outside and doing whatever they want to do, knowing that their person may be there. And that's that moment where, yes, maybe their love for them may be different.
So the thing, I hear what you're saying, and from an illogical standpoint, yes, that makes sense. But the thing is, if, let's just say, because you can't quantify somebody's love, I think that's what I'm getting at. It's like, let's say the woman, right, is loyal, like she's home, she take care of the kids, she don't do nothing crazy, she respects and honors this man because that's the way she loves, and he is in the streets, he for the streets, but he makes sure she never has to worry about a thing in her life, right? Because that's the way he loves. Who is to say that his love is worse or less than hers because of whatever infidelity or whatever?
Once someone tells you what you're doing is hurting me or affecting me, and you just still, and
that's a different conversation.
But that's what I'm trying to. That's where. But I'm answering your question. Mm-hmm. So if that's the catalyst, and I never say anything, mm-hmm. there's nothing that I can say. But if I'm telling you what you're doing is bothering me or hurting me or affecting me, and you decide to still be this person, then yes. Because I feel like love deals with sacrificing and compromising, and understand that you're no longer that individual. You are now part of a unit.
No, then your love just ain't for me.
No, some people need to learn how to love you, because
that's a different conversation.
No, it's the same. Greg, the way that we've grown up are in two. I've grown up with both. Like, we have different ideas of how we grew up as children.
For sure.
Even the aspect of how we are, even as, well, I don't have any kids, but even parents have a different connotation to it. So you can't say that. And so when we have our conversations and I'm explaining how things may have affected me, it may have not affected you, but now you have understanding from where I'm coming. You're not going to proactively trigger me or do anything in a sense. Now you understand where I'm coming from.
For sure.
So in a relationship, not using us obviously, but in a relationship, if I'm telling you that, yes, you are financially letting us know that we are okay and that's your way of love, but guess what? You being with other women, or you not coming home, or you not spending time with me is affecting me.
So, okay, so let me use your same example, because I hear what you're saying, but the thing is like, maybe that type of love is just not for you. Actually, it kind of goes back to what we talk about.
Fine.
Huh?
I'm not agreeing with you. What I'm saying is, it's not for you until the point where you realize that person doesn't have the willingness to understand where you're coming from to change or adjust. You can never change how you know how to love, but you can understand how to love somebody else the way that they want to be loved if you want to.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can do it.
If you want to do it,
that is not the case. And a prime example would be how I said that Caribbean people are rude. And you said, no, they're just being blunt and honest. But if I tell you, which I know a lot of Caribbean people who could say, like, no, this is what, I didn't want to put it on you, but like, it's just not to you. I know a lot of Caribbean people like, no, what you have said hurt me. Like, that doesn't feel good.
They don't care.
But they don't care. Mm-hmm. It happens all the time. Like,
Baylor did say, can someone show you that they care without caring?
Yeah, they can. I think they can.
Tell us to you, Baylor.
Yeah, they can. I'm just saying, like, it's like that's a prime example of, like, you need to be loved a certain way, and I just don't know how to do it.
What did you want to learn? Because you love me?
It depends on the person.
And that's what I'm trying to say is that, like,
but that still doesn't take away from the fact that you can't say that the way that he or she loves is any greater or more than the way that you love. It's just that the way that y'all love is differently.
I agree with you. But that's what I'm saying is that, like, that's why when you're in a relationship, there's a compromise, there's sacrificing. There's understanding that what I have known and what you have known have now combined each other. Mm-hmm. I am the complement to your weakness, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. So if I'm able to be there for you and I'm learning how you have understood to be loved and I show you how I love, now we have a common ground. Now you can see that my gift giving or act of service is the way that I love you, but maybe you just needed words of affirmation. And you don't care about the gifts, but that's the way that I show you that I love. But that's a conversation that we need to have. If there's no understanding in that, now have just been in the space where I'm doing what I think is supposed to be love, and you're supposed to be doing things, which initially happens at first. And I get that. But once the person is just like, hey, what you think is you're doing to love me is not what I'm really, this is what I need you to do. And you decide that you are proactively not doing it. I'm not telling you that overnight you're going to be the affirmation guru, but I'm saying that you are now cognizant of how I receive love and you ignore it. That's telling me that you don't care.
It's not that you don't care, that's not how you love.
I'm not telling you.
You are. That's exactly what you're saying.
Greg, what I explained to you is that everybody's going to love different, but we also understand when you are emotionally mature that the way that you love may not always be the way that the person that you want to be with is loved. And in order to learn them, you understand how they receive love, and being able to take that into account and adjust in order for them to understand that this is how I show you love, but I'm also cognizant of how you receive love. I'm going to do that, or I'm going to work on that. I'm not telling you that you're supposed to be this overnight success, but you are aware of these things, like, babe, like, I care about, like, you are amazing, like, things like that could be could weigh so much more than you buy me a diamond bracelet.
My thing is, I hear you, and I don't even disagree. I'm saying that even if you can't, if the person can't do it, not because they don't want to do it, that they can't do it, it doesn't mean that they don't love you. It just means that the way that person loves is just not for you.
Okay. So it's that they love you, just not the way that you want to be loved. So you should just walk away.
Yeah, if it bothers you, absolutely.
I don't think it sounds easier than it.
It definitely sounds easier than it's done. But my thing is, not everyone. And I don't even think it's about emotional maturity. I just think some people, there's just certain things that people can't do. Like, if they can't do it, it doesn't mean that they don't love you. Just that I can't love you that way.
And why not?
Because I just can't.
Why can't you?
I don't know. It could be for various reasons.
And that's the problem, is that, like, and that's why I'm understanding where you're saying that person's not for you, because I don't think can't is a word that is only provided to someone that doubts themselves in anything that they want to push towards. So you're telling me that this is something that you're aware of, this is something that I'm telling you how to do, and you're not telling me that you don't want to do it. It's just something that you can't do.
Yeah. It happens.
That sounds crazy.
It happens.
Give me an example.
I don't know. Okay, let's just think about it on a very physical level. You are messing with someone who likes to do a sex act that you just know you cannot do. Like, I cannot physically do this, but this is how I like to be loved.
That was really far-fetched. That's a reach.
But it's a situation. Yeah, come on. Combat it. Because that is the most logical.
I think that's
physical.
That's a reach. So you're saying that, like, oh, this woman doesn't like anal. I like anal, and that's how I want to love you, by giving you anal.
Absolutely.
You're supposed to take it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But can't do it. Cannot do it. Can't bring myself to it. Cannot do it. I would love to do it for you, but I can't do it.
I'm going to say I understand what you're saying, Greg. I actually a little bit agree. But I want to say that when it's the right dick, you want to do everything.
Jesus Christ.
You want to do everything. Like, you want to do the impossible. You want to go, like, skydive and fall on it if you could. And so I think that it's always about the right dick in the right time to allow you to explore things about your sexuality. Because I probably never thought
I was just giving her an example.
And it didn't work because I'm thinking about it. I think that, like, there's things that I never thought that I would do, but once you meet the right person, you try it. You want to try it? Let's do it.
She handcuffed the ankles.
He know.
Can we move on? Yo, you be making me feel uncomfortable.
It's okay because you know too much.
Clearly. All right. We good on that one?
Yeah, it's my topic.
All right. So my topic is, would you help your friend get revenge on their spouse?
Hell yeah. Let me tell you something.
Oof.
And I'm going to be the same person that's going to show up at the wedding after you did that shit.
So there's no levels to it?
No.
It doesn't matter what it is?
I'm supporting my friend. My thing is that
as
long as I'm not the person that's making the suggestion, I'm always going to try to give you alternate thought. I'm always going to give you perspective, and I'm also going to give you what you don't have to do in the state that you want to do. Once you decide as an adult, everybody that I deal with is an adult. I don't deal with no children like that to make those decisions because I talk to their parents. Once you decide what you want to do, and you decide to have me a part of it, fuck yeah. As long as I ain't getting locked up, I'm with the shits. And I'll be at the wedding too, because you probably still be with that nigga. The fact that you spent all that time.
I think you're thinking about this very surfacely.
Okay, bring it to me then.
There's so many situations where I don't think you would help your friend.
Okay, tell me.
Anything involving children?
No. Wait. Okay, give me an example, because I don't want to involve any children. Okay.
I hate this nigga. Nothing serious. This nigga suck. I'm trying to be out. Can you help me get me and my kid across the line?
Yes, I'm helping.
Just because he sucks?
No. I want to say that you say that he sucks, but at that point, that person, like, I'm going to put it like this. There's not a lot of women that may be talking about abuse. And even though I might not see my friend hurt, if she is telling me that she needs to remove herself from a situation, there's nothing for me to tell her to stay. If she decides to go back, that's on her. But I'm not going to tell her, if she decides, like, Gigi, I need to leave this situation, and she may not want to tell me what it is. She might not even want to share with me all the things that I may not know. But if she shares with me, like, I need to remove me and especially if you have a child.
But that's his child too.
My thing is, Greg, it's different if you are my friend.
No, it is not.
Yes, it is. If you are my friend and you're talking and a female's talking about me and I know that that's your kid, it's a different conversation. If I don't know the man, Greg, who am I to question my friend?
But this is your friend. You do know the man.
No, I know him enough.
This goes.
Yeah, because your relationships with your friends and your kids are different than mine.
No, I'm saying.
You're a dad. So
you need to tell me all the friends that you know, right? Mm-hmm. Who has kids? You don't know the other parent. Know anything of the parent?
Yeah, for the most part, yes. So
yes. That's my thing. You know the kid's father.
No, but Greg, okay. So I'm gonna put you into perspective. The way that I know you is not the way that I know.
I know that.
All right, but I'm just giving this. It's not the same way that I know Kim's baby father. Right?
Okay.
All I know is my interactions that I've had with him.
Okay.
If my girl calls me and says, Gigi, I no longer feel safe and I want to move my kids.
That's different. No,
I'm not challenging
I didn't see
her thoughts.
You're changing the scenario. I didn't say that.
Okay, what's the scenario?
Sucked. That's all the information you got.
Okay, when you say he sucked, give me more context.
No, that's all the information you got. He sucks. Help me move across the border.
I'm not. That's not enough, Greg.
It's a scenario.
That's not a good enough scenario.
Someone
has lived with this man and they have children. You're not gonna tell me out of the blue on a Thursday morning that, hey, he sucks, I'm going to disappear. No, something has happened.
But they didn't give you that information.
And I will ask the information.
But they don't give you the information.
Doesn't matter.
If they don't give you the information,
doesn't matter.
So you're going to go with he sucks.
I have to.
No, you don't. Absolutely not.
Okay. He's not my friend, Greg.
But that child has a father.
And I respect that.
No, you don't.
I don't know what's been happening.
It don't matter. You're removing a child from his father,
and he can.
There's so many other legal ways for her to get
he
remove
can go
herself.
To the if she is Greg. This is what I'm trying to. I think you're taking it for black and white because you're taking it off of words, which brings us back to that conversation where you hear somebody, but you're not really listening to them.
No.
I might tell you that he sucks, but you don't know that he's beating on me. You don't know that he might be touching my daughter or my son. You don't know none of that because I haven't shared it with you.
Time out, because my first instinct is, of course, I would ask what's happening, but I'm not going to just help you remove a kid from their other parent.
But you don't trust your friends?
I do.
Okay, so I'm going to put this in perspective.
Go ahead, because even with them, all of them.
Because now I'm about to give you a whole fantasy. I have a kid.
Okay.
I have 2 kids.
Cool.
And Greg, I call you and I say, I need to get out of here. This nigga suck.
What's happening?
I don't want to talk about it. I need to get out.
We need to figure out other ways. We can't remove kids from their parent.
Then Greg, I'm calling somebody else.
Then that's fine.
And that's what's gonna happen.
Because I'm not
moment, like Greg, I may not be in a space where I'm ready to have that conversation. You don't even know who's around me.
Come to my house.
I need to go. I need to go.
Come to my house. You don't need to go across state borders.
Right.
To where the guy can't even figure out what's happening with his kids. Can you imagine a parent not knowing what's happening with their kid?
Greg, I'm not telling you that you're wrong in your thoughts.
You are.
The idea. I'm telling you that this is someone that you trust. This is somebody that you fuck with, and they're telling you that they're not okay and they need to remove themselves from a space.
Remove yourself.
This is not a stranger. This is not somebody that you're not the spouse's or the baby mom or the baby dad's friend. You are that person's friend.
But
so
then
the fact
yourself.
that you need to keep. So that's what I'm doing.
No, I see. Look, you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. This person is saying, help me cross state borders so he can't get to us ever again.
Yes.
You're removing a kid from their other parent.
Right.
There's other ways to remove yourself from a situation that doesn't involve a kid now being displaced without another parent.
Greg, you're not wrong when the idea of when there's things are petty and things are and things are just not seen in its full form. But we're having a conversation of these are the people. The person that's talking to you is your friend. The person that's talking to you is somebody that you spend time with. The person that's talking to you that you actually trust and they trust you.
Absolutely.
Right? And so, Greg, even if in our relationship, but there may be things where you may not be okay. I don't push it. I know that you're not okay. And I know that when you're ready to tell me, you will tell me. But I will still be there for you if you need me to. And that's how I see it. I'm not seeing it in a sense of I'm removing the child from a parent. I'm seeing it as my friend who I know that has chose that person that they already had their kid with. I've probably been at their baby shower. I've spent time with them, and now they're telling me they're not okay. I'm not going to question them.
What if it happened to you?
Ready. What do you mean? Like
what if it happened to you?
The man takes
the kid. What if it happens to you? How would you feel?
What did I do?
It doesn't matter. They left.
No, what did I do?
They left.
You gotta tell me what I did.
It doesn't matter what you did. They left. And you have no idea where your kid is now.
Okay, Greg. I would have a problem with that.
So why would you do that to another human being?
Okay. I think that you're not getting what I'm saying.
I 1,000%
I think we're
understand.
talking about it in a sense because you're talking to me like you're my friend. So you would understand how I feel about my child. But what happens when you know of my partner? You don't chill with them. Y'all not friends. No nothing. You just know what I tell you.
And I told you what I would do.
Still question me.
You're gonna the first thing I wouldn't do. No, I would say come to my house. You want to remove yourself from the situation?
And still
let's do it.
Question me.
No. I'm just not removing
But they know where you live at, Greg.
I'm not taking somebody's kid. I'm not helping someone take someone's kid away from them.
I agree with you, but I'm not going to leave my friend solid if she believes
I'm not
that
leaving
she is
them.
not okay. Because you believe that your house is safe.
Yes.
Right. What happens when I leave your house?
Don't leave. Let's figure something out.
Right, because I have to still live my life. My child still has to go to school.
They do. Let's figure something out.
Right.
There is so many other things you can do besides going across state borders with this guy has no idea.
Verse, and we're gonna have a whole Eve moment, and then I
don't understand.
and then you understand why I should have left already.
No, that's
okay.
Okay, then if that's how you feel, I can't argue with that. There's just so many other things you can do before. I'm not saying even you can leave. Leave. You should, if whatever situation, if you don't want to be there, don't be there. That's not my argument. My argument is you are now removing this kid and this guy has no idea where his kid is. Like that could do so much more damage.
I'm not saying that you're wrong, Greg. But I keep trying to tell you that if someone that I know that has sound mind, body, mind, and spirit and tells me that they need to go, and whatever time they decide to tell me why they need to go, I'm going to be there for them. I don't know what needs to happen for that to make sense for you, because I don't feel like everybody always shares their full journey or whatever struggles that they're going through. But if my friend that I know I've been fucking with for 10 plus years decides that at the age of their kid is 5 and that today they need to go, I'm not questioning that until I decide, I realize, like, why'd you leave? We'll maybe have a conversation, but I'm not going to sit there and have her contemplate why she needs to leave. You've already made the decision. Everyone is an adult. Everyone understands the journeys that they decide, and whatever decision that they make is going to be the life choices that they have.
But did I say any of that?
I'm not saying what you're saying, but I'm saying is that I'm not talking about the idea of taking a child away from a parent that has been there for them, because that happens and I understand that. I'm saying that if my friend, anybody that's close to me, would ever challenge the idea of anybody that they're with, it's not for me to challenge them.
I'm not saying that you're supposed to.
So I'm going to support them, Greg, because at that point, I understand that they're not leaving because they're just on some fuck shit. They're leaving because they don't feel safe.
Because what you're focusing on is, I think you're focusing on the wrong thing.
No, because the thing is that you're saying that even if they're not safe, as long as their dad want to be there, that's okay.
That is not what I'm saying.
What happens if his dad is a serial killer?
See, no, what am I saying?
What happens if his dad is
What am I saying? No, because now you're just saying bullshit. What am I saying?
I don't know.
Exactly, because that's not what I said.
What'd you say?
I said remove yourself. Leave. You should leave. What I'm not going to help with is you taking this person's child away and he not knowing.
So how is that?
You're not letting me finish.
Okay.
And he not knowing where this kid is.
So how would they know that when I leave and now I'm at your house? Now I'm supposed to say, hey, am I at Greg's house?
Because
hey, come get your child at Greg's house.
Because if this person knows this, if this person knows my friend, they know where to go, who to call, and they will eventually find their child. They don't have to have access to them, but they know where this child is.
And you don't think that's a harm to the person?
I think it's more of a harm to remove the kid and not know where your kid. Like I said, imagine if you don't know where your kid is.
You're thinking about it in a sense of a parent who's doing their due diligence and being a child. I'm talking about the parents that have been abusive. I'm talking about the parents that have.
That's not. But that wasn't the scenario.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Is
you
that,
changed the scenario.
I didn't change the scenario.
You did. I said she wanted to leave because he sucked. And you added a whole bunch of other shit to it.
What does suck mean,
It doesn't matter. And then you even said, what if you say, what does that mean if she doesn't tell you? I'm still supporting
I'm still supporting her.
No, I can't do that.
Okay, that's fine. Greg, if I called you and I said, Greg, I need to leave where I'm at right now, and you question me.
No, I'm going to say, where are you? Let's go.
So what's the problem with what
Because if your friend knows you, they're going to call a couple of people and figure. And I'm probably going to be one of those people.
If one of my friends called me with them and the kid and they said I need to go right now, I don't need to call you, Greg. I don't need to call. I don't. Need
You're
to call
not listening to a word I'm saying.
Okay.
If you called me.
Okay.
If Gigi calls Greg and say, Greg, I need to go.
Okay.
I'm going to say, let's go.
Okay.
And if your partner knows you, your partner is going to call around, and I'm probably going to be one of the phone calls and be like, do you know where Gigi is?
And you're going to say yes.
I'm going to say yes. Yes, I am.
I'm not going to your house, Greg.
That's fine.
That sounds crazy to me. If I'm telling you that if I am in a situation where let's use me.
Cool.
Greg. I don't always need to come to you about one relationship. I deal with whatever I need to deal with, and then we'll talk about the aftermath, whatever.
Sure.
If any point in time I need to remove myself from anything, and I said, Greg, I need to go. I don't need to be here. Mm-hmm. Why would you think I need him to know where I'm at if I need to go?
First off, I'm talking about if a kid is involved.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
No, because I'm not doing. If it's just you, Gigi, why would I tell the person where you at?
That is crazy to me.
If your person calls me and say, is Gigi there with my kids? Yes, she is.
Right. That shit is crazy to me.
No, it's not, because
if I haven't even discussed with you.
If it's the other way around, and let's say for whatever reason, Danny decides to take Ava, and I need to figure out where the fuck my child is, if I'm calling, and somebody better tell me where my kid is, or it's going to be 10 times worse.
Greg, I'm going to say to you.
What?
That you're not the man that people are hiding from.
It does. You keep bringing it. I'm not talking. It's a general topic. I'm not. If you're being abused, if the nigga's abused, if the bitch is abusing you, remove. Of course, they don't need to know where you and your kid are. Why would that? That's not even a thing. I literally said she just said he sucks.
But you don't know what that context entails.
It does, but the thing is, I'm not saying don't remove yourself. I'm saying I can't help somebody make her and the kid disappear when the parent is on the other side looking, where's my kid? Because if that was me, I would feel some kind of way.
Greg, and I get that. I get that completely. That's why I'm like, if it was you, it's different. I'm not thinking about the men like you. I don't see a woman who, unless she's crazy.
Man or woman, to be honest with you.
Unless she's crazy or off or on some shit, why she would think that she would need to remove herself and her child from you. I don't see that.
Of course not me.
But that's what I'm trying to say is, Greg, is like, it's different. When I'm thinking about the idea that any of my friends will ever leave any of their spouses or baby fathers for that, is because of that. And I'm not going to question them. Outside of that, Greg, I don't see any reason why they would want to leave them.
It was a scenario that you made
I get
personal.
that. And so my thing is that's the only thing I could do about scenarios, Greg, is because it's about perspective. And perspective is subjective. And so the only thing I could do is take away from the things that I know and I can able to respond. And so how I'm responding is the niggas that I know, if they tell me something, I'm going to receive it because I understood that these are people that are cognizant of the fact that they have children with these people. And And that's the thing, is that even a guy that or a woman that can show me that they're the best parent that they can be in front of my face, I don't know what's happening when I leave that house.
For sure.
I don't know the responses. The only person I could trust is the person that I fuck with, my friend. So if my friend tells me what they need, regardless of how I may I'll even have the conversation in my mind or even have it with them while I'm picking them up, I'm not going to tell them no or question it, because at that moment in time, they've understood that they may be at risk or their child is at risk. Matter of fact, it's usually their child is at risk, and that's why they're leaving. It's not them.
You made it personal. I was just talking in general.
I don't know how to talk in general when you... okay, fathom the thought. Oh, my God, no. I would never let someone take Ava away from Greg. But Greg, you're my friend. I would never let that happen. I would fight with you.
Even with any of my friends, and I'm thinking about all of my friends, if they just came to me and said that their spouse sucks and I'm leaving, all right, let's remove you, but I can't help you make you and your child disappear without more information.
I'll help you, but the thing is, I don't really fuck with y'all like that. So
that's my whole thing.
Don't call me.
Sheesh.
Greg will help you before me. I'm telling everybody. I'm putting it on. I'll fucking put it on Instagram with y'all picture. And a phone number.
Okay.
Don't look for me. Greg's friends.
I'm done. I think this ain't no episode.
I don't even know what the title of this episode is going to be. So.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you if you have made it through this episode with us. Welcome to New Dialogue. New Dialogue is how we end every show. We just talk about things that we found very interesting this week. Would you like to go first? She's going to say no.
Yes, I saw Black Mirror. I saw the whole season. It was all right. It was good. Definitely a conversation piece to have. Me and Baylor definitely like dismantled an episode, which I thought was really, really dope. It should have been heard. But I'm happy that Black Mirror is back because I feel like Black Mirror is like the Simpsons of the world that tells us like these are the things that are really happening and we're just not paying attention to it. So shout out to Black Mirror. It's on Netflix if you are interested. It's season 6. I did mine. And I did it.
Look at you. Wow.
And I sucked dick. Just kidding. Well, only one dick right now.
That was rough. All right. So I have two new dialogues. The first is there's this song called Piano Song by Aaron Allen Kane.
Okay, it sounds bad.
It's not. It's like R&B at its finest.
Can you send it to me?
I will.
It is. Sent it to me before, and I could.
It is live instrumentation. It is just like the most.
That's good.
Oh my goodness.
I like that.
Oh my goodness.
Have you watched any Black Mirror shows?
Ooh, no, that's not my shit.
You don't watch Black Mirror at all?
That's not my thing. I tried to watch.
It's so crazy because you're like into like AI and technology. I feel like you would have.
Yeah, I feel like that's like classic kind of thing. Or cultish. I don't know. No, conspiracy theory-ish. That's what it is. But yeah, check out that song. Second thing is white people. Take your money and just like invest it. Start a nonprofit. Give back. Do anything. Stop doing dumb shit. Like I do, and those are really good white people. But to the stupid rich white people who don't know what to do with their money, stop doing dumb things like getting this little ass submarines to go see the Titanic. Like no, and now they dead. Like what's wrong with them? Why would you pay to go see a ship that sank? You idiots. And you died. Rest in peace.
Shout out to you.
Like take your money. Do something else. You don't gotta do dumb shit.
Matter of fact, buy a boat, create your own Titanic.
Thank you. Like, dog. Like, did you see the little ass submarine? The shit's controlled by a GameCube controller.
Oh, and that's why they ain't make it back.
Yeah, that shit lost.
You know how the connection lost? You gotta like toggle it a little bit.
Yeah.
Shake it, maybe hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they was at that moment.
So yeah, white people. Stop spending money on some shit. That's dumb.
Nah, matter of fact, keep doing that shit.
Oh,
once you broke, there's only but this minority profit that's gonna be out here, and we're really gonna be monopolizing. So, shout out to you. You know what? Keep taking those risks and continue to be the great
dummies that you are.
Shout out to you. Thank you so much for making it this far. Me and Greg have had a time today, y'all. So, Greg, you want to let them know how they can find you and how they can find us?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GregNelson26 because my name is my brand. And you can also follow the pod at JustAConvo_pod on Instagram, Twitter.
YouTube, Greg.
YouTube, all that stuff. Yo, we are now also on Google Play. So you can listen to the pod many different places now. Shout outs to all the podcasting places you can listen to your pod.
Thank you so much, Greg. You can find me
in Amazon.
My amazing individuals on Twitter at GCarly7. That's GQARLY and the number 7. And if you forgot today, if someone didn't tell you today, if you didn't nut today, if you thought that you saw Black Mirror and were just like, what the fuck today? But then you realize that this is going to be a great day. Greg and I want you to go be great. Gigi.